Cubers, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to learn how to reassemble a DaYan FTO. So we did a video on how to reassemble the DaYan FTO, but we've had an email a couple of days ago from somebody not knowing how to get this thing back together. And after taking it apart, I don't know how on earth they've managed to, it really took time to get all of these edges out. I had to pull them out one by one. I guess if somebody's adjusted it and it's become too loose, it could pop. However, from standard, I have no idea how they've managed to get all of these out, but that's fine. Don't worry, in this tutorial we're going to learn how to rebuild it. It's really easy, really simple. It's harder taking it apart than it is getting it back together, so if you're just wanting to have some fun, then take it apart and let's rebuild it. Okay, so the first thing we need to know is what are the different pieces called. We've got corners over here, triangles, edges, and I'm going to call these ring magnets. I'm not too sure what they are, but I know they're ring magnets. They're just in some nice little holder. And then we've obviously got the ball core. Let's learn how to rebuild it. Okay, so in step one, what we're going to do is pick out all of our white edge pieces. So here I've got a white and red edge piece. Here I've got a white and blue edge piece, and the other one is going to be white and purple, and it's there. Now, once we've got all of the white edge pieces, we need to just slot one of them in. So I'm going to go with the white and red. And it goes in, well, it only goes in one way. Don't put it too deep. It sort of goes between these sort of triangular pieces on the ball core go between the ridges in the edge, in the stalk of the edge. Hope that makes sense. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an FTO or an image of an FTO on screen, just so we can see the color scheme, just so we know where it all goes. So what we want is the white piece on top, just like this, and notice we've got red over here. So if I hold it the same way in the image, we'll notice blue is over here and purple is over here. So in this gap, we want to pop the blue piece in, having white on top, just like so. We've got red on the left, blue on the right, and then this one over here is going to be the white and purple one. So just slide it in. It's easier to slide it in between these triangles than it is to push. Obviously, we don't want to force anything. We don't want to break it, that's for sure. So once we're at this point, I'm going to pop that down, and we're going to pick up our white triangles. So there's a white triangle, white triangle, white triangle. I don't really care where the logo goes. I think it should go between the purple and the blue if you're looking at the image. Now, the way this goes in is like this. So when you slot it in, you'll see this magnet on this flat edge. That is the way they go in. So we're just going to rotate the puzzle, and it goes in like this, a sort of arrowhead facing downwards. You've got these sort of wings here that come off the triangle. That goes in first. There we go. Now, before you do the last one, we need to get one of these ring magnet capsule piece thingamabobs. And what we're going to do is just slide that in, and it's going to attract to the ring magnet that is around the center triangle part, or whatever it's called. And then we're just going to slot that one in as well. So what we've got is this. Looks quite cool. Really simple to get to this point, really easy. Hope you're following along okay. And then what we're going to do is pick out the corners. There should be 3 corners with white on them. First of all, what we're going to do is just pop it on the table and pop all of the corners in their corresponding locations, making sure that obviously we want to rebuild it correctly. So white is always going to be on the bottom, unless you've started with a different color, but it will all sort of hold together quite nicely because it's magnetic, and they're actually quite strong magnets. So once we've got to this point, all we want to do is go around this bottom layer and insert all of the triangles. So what we can see here is we've got blues. I want to sort of hold it so you can see it, but ideally you do it face down on a desk. So here we've got a triangle, and it goes in with the magnet that you can see on that flat edge. That touches the corner. So it goes in like that. Let's now rotate it to the red side. Pick up these reds. Now again, this flat edge, that touches the corner. And then that flat edge there touches the corner. Now we're going to move on to purple. Now we have this. This is sort of the first layer completely built. Really simple to get to this point. This is sort of the fiddliest part. Then what you want to do is just pop on these ring magnet capsule thingamabobs on all of the sort of lower I don't really want to call them centerpieces, but I guess they are centerpieces. So pop all them on. Now what we're going to do is move on to the next edge pieces. Right, so what I'm going to do is just pick a random color. So here I've got orange and blue. I'm going to find the orange and blue edge. So I've got it here. And then that piece slides on in, just like that. If I just hold this up to show you, we've built this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the orange triangle now. Remember, the magnet that's on this flat edge touches the corner. Then what we're going to do is this triangle here, or sorry, this edge piece here, which is orange and purple. So let's just slide that in. Gets a little bit fiddly, but it's okay. Then we're going to do this side. So we've got the blue and grey. So let's find blue and grey. There it is. Make sure it goes on the right way, or in the right way. I'd use your other hand to sort of stabilize the back of the FTO at this point as well. So now we've done that, we're going to do the grey edge. And now we're going to do the grey, the grey triangle. Now we're going to do the grey and red edge. So slide that one in. Now we're moving over to green and red. So slide that one in. Then the green triangle, now the green and purple. You can see I'm going quite fast, it's quite simple. There we go. Now we've got this funny looking thing, sort of half an FTO. Looks really cool. Now what we're going to do is put the last of this layer triangles in. So we've got one red triangle, one blue triangle, and one purple triangle. There we go. Okay, and now what we want to do is put our final edge pieces in. So remember, yellow's going to be on top, so let's just slide. It's going to get a little bit tricky here. There we go. Can't actually slide these in, you sort of need to push them. It's a little bit tricky, but if you offset the layer a little bit you create sort of quite a big opening, and then you can just sort of squeeze it in. A little bit fiddly, but doable. Just make sure yellow is on the top. Depending on how tight your FTO is, you might just want to loosen the screw on this top layer. I managed to just get them in there, but it was a little bit hard. Okay, so what you want to do at this point is pop your triangles in. So we're going to go orange triangle, orange triangle. We're going to go grey triangle, grey triangle, and I'm actually going to leave it at that for the minute. Let's pop this corner in, going really easy, and then the yellow triangle that goes around it. A little bit tricky, a little bit fiddly, but you can get that in. Then what we're going to do is rotate it round, and we should be left with this. What we want to do here is the green triangles. And we're going to do our last magnet capsule at this point. There we go. And our two last corners, and then our two last triangles. These are going to be the last bits to go in. They're the easiest to slot in. Corners are a little bit tricky, just because they're a bit bigger. There we go. At this point, it doesn't matter if you put that one in now or the corner, but I'm going to pop that triangle in. Now we can do the corner. And the final triangle, oh, dropped it, final triangle. There we go. And we'll give it a few turns. Perfect. That, guys, is how you rebuild the DaYan FTO. If you want to rebuild the DaYan FTO, check out our other video. I'll pop it up here in a card in a corner somewhere. These are available to purchase on KewbzUK. Thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.